What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. I apologize for putting this out so late, and I apologize that it's going to be this topic. I've been running errands all day, and I'm going out for dinner right now. Christmas time. This is what we do, right? But I wanted to make sure it's 3:10 as I start to record. I want to get at least. I got to be out here soon. I'm not going to say at least nothing. Let's get to this. This right here, as we know, China Mac and did I say new video? Make sure. New video. Oh. New video. I got to get out of here, but this is a big topic for some. This right here it tripped me out. So yesterday on the small channel, I put out the China Mac one. Gunshots were flying everywhere, right? But this one is I feel like I had to do part 2, and I'm gonna do it on the big channel. So bear with me, you guys. Let's get to it.
Okay, can I hit y'all with a truth bomb?
Yeah.
I got a little story to tell that I've never had the opportunity to tell on camera before. And you know when you got like a real good story or something that you know about, but you have reasons to not take that story and expose it to the public, but then things happen that basically allow you to feel comfortable exposing that story to the public.
What's going on?
So by now, most of you guys already know what he's gonna say. This is very womanly, though. Oh, well, he said something about me, so let me expose something. That's not really, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it is what it is. That's the thing when I say, you know, I've said in the past how when people talk about like the no hands policy, you know, or anything in life out here, you know, you could get into it with somebody and your max that you're going to go to if you argue with somebody is a fist fight. That person's max might be to kill you. Like, so when China Max said what he said, he knew where his guidelines are bound, not guidelines, where his boundaries were. Adam don't have boundaries. So here we go.
It's one of those days.
Get it off your chest.
So there was this whole thing on the Whack and Adam podcast, the Adam and Whack show, where we talked about the Crip Mac thing. And I basically complained about the fact that China Mac had asked me to go to a bail hearing the day before. I said that I couldn't do it because I would have had to cancel 4 interviews, two of which had flown into town to do the interview. Yeah. I said, and I told China Mac at the time, give me a little bit more time, a little bit more notification. You as his manager should probably not be telling people like literally at 9 p.m. the night before about this sort of thing, right? And so me and Wack have this whole back and forth about it. And then China Mac, because he has absolutely nothing going on in his life, he's just like relentlessly clout chasing about this. He's doing a whole press.
He's doing big numbers. He's making good money. So stop it, Adam. Adam, look at all the money that you have. Do you own a single pair of pants that isn't ripped up? I mean, I guess to some people in some circles, it's cool to have like your pants. People pay for that shit, right? But how old are you at this point, right? How old are you that you are still trying to fit in? That's like Vlad. Sorry about it, Vlad. I know you won't see this, but Vlad wears Gucci and like all this stuff. And then you read the comments and they're tearing his ass up. Anyways, I'm just wondering how old Adam is that he's still wearing shit that is just torn up. I mean, from head to toe, he's I don't know.
Tour, doing interviews, he's making multiple YouTube videos, trying to pay his rent. The whole thing is super fucking embarrassing because at the end of the day, I'm the person who actually has been paying Crip Mac for all these years. I'm the person who already had sent him money and put money on his books before.
You are the person that's been getting a lot of money off of working with C-Mac. You are the one that employed him and you had to pay him. Like, why are you taking credit for something that you have to do? You employ him, you have to pay him. But don't act like I'm the one that's been paying him. He's been making you more money than you've been paying him. Give him all of his money then. You won't work with him then. I got to keep it real.
Before any of this stupid fucking argument even popped off. China Mac is a person who literally his entire way of earning money up until the moment that Crip Mac got locked up was taking a percentage of the money that me and other people would give to Crip Mac. He's literally a leech who was just feeding off of the Crip Mac show. I'm the opposite.
you're a leech to an entire culture that you're not a part of. How are you the holy shit? Holy shit. What the hell is Poetic Flacco wearing? Are those like Star Wars pants? But like, wow, they're leather pants. He's definitely not from around here, right? Like, wow, that's oof.
I'm somebody who was enriching him and giving him money, who was getting hit up by him constantly to do business, to do content, whatever. Anyway, China Mac likes to put himself out there as if he's this really real person. So let's talk about why China Mac's relationship with Vlad TV went sour. So people will remember that China Mac was essentially a nobody. He was just some guy who was in prison up until the point that he did a Vlad TV interview, and he went viral the first time he did it. Vlad brought him back a whole bunch of different times. And so the most recent time, I think it was about a year and a half ago, that China Mac appeared on Vlad TV. I watched a few of the clips, and I noticed today when I was searching on YouTube that a lot of them have like 700,000 views, right? And the gist of that interview is that he went on there and he told Vlad all about his fight with AD. And I'm sorry to AD because I don't want to throw AD in this. Me and AD are maybe allegedly on better terms than we were a few weeks ago. But unfortunately, AD is going to essentially have to catch some strays as a result of this. So I get done watching some of the interview clips, and it's just hilarious to me because he's sitting there stone-faced lying to Vlad, and Vlad is heaping praise.
So let's pay attention. How many times did he just say Vlad? He's lying to Vlad, Vlad. How come Vlad's not saying it though? How come Vlad, as mad as you're about to tell us he got, how come Vlad didn't come out and say, you know what, man? I found out that this was a lie. I'm not going to be working with this individual. No, because he felt like that was unnecessary. And so did you for a year and a half. But like you said, you wanted to gossip about it so bad. Why? Like, you were in on it, basically.
Upon him and telling China Mac how he thinks it's so mannish and grown up that China Mac was willing to go and shoot the fade with AD in a parking lot, and that the video never came out, and how much he respected it. I assume that you guys probably know where this is going.
I know exactly.
Obviously, this fight was not real. And anyone who was in the No Jumper group chat at the time can confirm. And nobody's going to go on record and say that that shit was real, because we all know that it was fake. I text Vlad after the fucking final clip rolls, and I say to Vlad, I'm like, Vlad, I can't believe you let this motherfucker go up there and lie to you like that. Boom, Vlad calls me. Vlad says, what are you talking about? And he like doesn't want to believe it, because Vlad, you know, he does these interviews, he does this content, and he doesn't really feel like people are so sinister that they're going to go on there and just lie and troll to his face. And I know.
Sinister. Really? Sinister? They came up with a plot. They were going to be frenemies for a minute. And they both made their money off of it and grew their fame. And but when are you going to get to when you stuck your nose in a man's booty? I'm sure you're going to address that in a second, because you're not sinister. You're just like smelling ass.
For a fact that Vlad doesn't appreciate that shit. So Vlad starts asking me all these questions. I explained to him how the whole thing was a work, and Vlad is fucking pissed. And I didn't find this out until much, much later, but Vlad instantly, as soon as we get off the phone, calls China Mac and confronts him about it, because he's fucking pissed off that China Mac went on there and just basically fed a whole story to him. So what I actually need the people out there to do is to go and watch those interview clips in which China Mac is sitting there just blatantly lying and accepting praise for a fake fight that was a total fucking skit. And I feel like a lot of those clips are going to be seen in a completely different light at this point. But that shit happened, and as a result, you haven't seen China Mac anywhere near the Vlad platform ever since, right? So I say all that to say that right now, I am being attacked by someone, and it's always this weird asymmetry when you're getting attacked by somebody who knows everything about you because they're a religious watcher of your content versus me, where I have almost nothing to say about him because I've never really watched any serious amount of China Mac content. Like all I know is the information that I've sort of fallen ass backwards into obtaining. But this is a guy who's out here acting like he's the real, like he's a gangster, like he did all this prison time and he's so tough and yada, yada, yada.
Did he do the prison time though? Did he do 10 years? So what's the lie about that? Let's see what else is involved in the yada, yada, yada.
And it's like, you faked a fucking fight and you dragged real LA gang members in.
Didn't you fake a dude pulling a gun on you in the studio? I'm pretty sure you faked a few things. Adam. The guy's videos are blowing up because you're doing this.
Into it. And countless people out there have made YouTube content where they basically attempted to comment on this and praise how manly it was for him to do this sort of thing and to shoot the fade and not have a video come out of it or whatever. I say all that to say this is the thirstiest dude in the history of communication on the.
No, Adam, I'm pretty sure you are the thirstiest. And I think anybody that sits back and looks at you, look at everybody in that room. Who's the odd one out? Do you really think, Adam, that the three guys in that room right there, if you didn't have the money that you have, that they would even converse with you at all? Even acknowledge you at all? Like, the thirstiest dude is you. The most oblivious dude is you. Go bankrupt. Go bankrupt and see how many of these dudes want to sit down with you.
The internet. And it gets worse because literally yesterday, do you remember this girl Ava, this trans girl, Flacco, who was on Speed Stream? She was on Aiden Ross, etc. Yeah. This is mind-blowing, and you guys are all going to get to see this when it comes out of the clip in a couple weeks or a week or whatever. I'm sitting there talking to her, and she's talking about something about people talking shit or people trolling you online, and I just say, yeah, I've been dealing with it today. I got some fucking idiot just trolling the shit out of me or whatever. And she immediately goes, China Mac. And I'm like, oh, she saw it on my story earlier today, whatever. She reveals that right before China Mac started managing Crip Mac, China Mac was trying to start an all trans record label. This is a real thing that she told me. His big plan for how he was going to profit off the culture before the Crip Mac thing, which he ended up resorting to, was to start a trans.
So, like, hey, I don't understand why they're laughing. And this guy's like saying trans so many times. Like if that vato wanted to do a record label and he's and thought that maybe that would be a moneymaker, that's his business. I mean, like his business venture. He's gonna invest his money in it. Like, I'm not sure. Like, you stuck your nose in a man's butt. Like, that really happened. Like, you engaged in that. He was talking about engaging in a business opportunity to make money, not talking about sniffing their asses and having sex with them, or like the insinuations that you're trying to put out there, and then the giggling by motherfucking leather ballet pants over there. I don't get what, like, you're trying to smut a man up for a business idea. He didn't do it. He must have found out there's no money. I don't know. Maybe there's no money in it. Maybe there is, but it's completely different than what you chose to engage in. Like, you really engaged in some shit that's, what do they call it now? Zesty? Like, you were all zesty with it. He was talking about a business idea. I don't know. I mean, no, they say petty minds think petty thoughts. Small minds have small ideas. What you're trying to put out there compared to what you have actually done, it's amazing.
Record label.
TS Records is crazy.
I'm just saying,
Hey,
this is the level of desperation that is oozing out of the shiny-faced pores of somebody like China Mac. It's just fucking sad, and it's desperate. And now you have somebody like me who really has actually invested a lot of money into Crip Mac and has done everything possible for him for all these years. Where did China Mac go? As soon as Crip Mac caught this case, China Mac was out of here. He has no reason to be in California. He fled back to the East Coast as soon as Crip Mac caught this case. And now he's out here virtue signaling and trying to act like he's ever done something for Crip Mac. You have never done anything for Crip Mac aside from stand next to him in some fucking vlogs, which, by the way, my boy Remo is the one who thought up the concepts for every single episode of Mac Ventures, and he's not involved anymore because, once again, China Mac is a scammer and didn't ever pay him the money that he was supposed to get paid, which was also the story that Ava, the trans girl from the China Mac record label, told me, is that part of the reason why her relationship fell out with China Mac was because of the fact that he didn't pay the video director and all these other people that were doing business for this trans woman. So I say all that to say, dude is a scammer, dude is a fake gangster, and dude is virtue signaling off of claiming to have helped Crip Mac when in reality, he never did anything for him besides take his 20% and keep it moving. And he wasn't even able to get Crip Mac move it in such a way that he wouldn't end up back in federal prison because, as we all know, he has now caught a case as a result of the fact that China Mac and other people in his life were not around. And keep in mind, too, that China Mac and Crip Mac had a huge falling out like 2 weeks before he got arrested, which is why China Mac took such offense to it when I put out that clip of Crip Mac talking about them falling out or whatever. The whole thing, the reason why he didn't like that being exposed to the people was because of the fact that that was a...
Damn, fool, breathe. This fool, nobody ever taught him how to talk and breathe? That motherfucker runs up and then he starts talking again. And what? Calm down, player.
Real thing that they actually were beefing, and the only reason why they're back on good terms now is because of the fact that Crip Mac got locked up and Crip Mac needs all the help he could get. Crip Mac was completely ready to leave China Mac in the past, and when you look at a lot of the other people like Lupe, who I'm going to have on the podcast tomorrow so we can talk more about this, none of these people think that China Mac has actually been a good or positive influence in Crip Mac's lifestyle. He's just another leech that came along and tried to get something out of Crip Mac. And now, as impossible as it is to believe, he's on my ass because he's trying to project away the fact that I'm someone who actually has done things for Crip Mac and helped him and tried to work with him and tried to put him into better situations, not just taking from him like you, China Mac, you fucking villain. So I just wanted to come on here.
Right here, eh? Like that was such a put down. You villain. He was all into it too. Let me see. I gotta go. I'm sure you guys saw enough of it. Isn't it a trip though that every time Adam gets involved in something and Adam has to actually talk, he's always the victim, always talking about how great of a person he is, a friend he is to the people he fucks over, right? He's the greatest guy that they ever met, and they just don't see it. But like the things that he's saying, like I don't know if he's a gangster or not. This is fucking YouTube. Like, he's a YouTuber now. But he did go to prison. He did have to do that time. He did supposedly, I guess, shoot that dude Jin. Like, I don't understand. Like, when, I don't know. He really did do street shit. You didn't, Adam. You've been making money off of dudes that did street shit. You've been making money off of dudes that do shit that you don't do. And you call somebody else a leech. It is what it is. It's your platform and you got a bunch of yes men around you. But like I said, lose your money and let's see how many of them help you out. They all got it in their mind. Every time you do something stupid and say something stupid, for whatever reason, they're collecting a check. They're sticking around with you. They haven't been able to do what AD and T-Rail and them did. Build up their own brand while with you and then step away and be successful. These dudes, I don't see them having that potential. So they're going to stick around you. But that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I will be back on the grind tomorrow. I apologize for the day. I know a lot of people aren't even going to like this video because you guys don't like when I put this on the big channel. But I thought it was interesting. I did the China Mac one on the other channel. I did this response. I felt, it's a bigger platform. I'll put it on my bigger platform. But anyways, everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out.